Hello angels and welcome back to my YouTube video. Yeah, I don't really know what that was, but welcome back. As you can see from the location, today's is going to be a book video. I'm fully aware that it looks very bare right now, but you know, we move on. My housemates just got back, so they're gonna walk past me, so that's fun. I'm sorry about this, but as you can see, the sun is out and I'm just not dealing with that right now. So as I was saying, my shelf is looking a bit bare at the moment, but that's because they're all next to me. So today's a video. I do apologise if you can hear my laptop. I don't think that you can from where my phone is, but I'm currently exporting a video and obviously my laptop can't do that without making a lot of noise, so that's happening. I wanted to so basically I'm starting a book podcast, hopefully. Yeah, I want to, so I finally got the courage and the effort to do it. So I said to myself, once I hit 1,000 followers on my book TikTok, that I would start one, and I really want to, so that's that. Yeah, so I need to film that today, but I didn't want, I've got a lot to do on my to-do list today, but I didn't want to film the podcast while my laptop's making a lot of noise, because that won't be great background for a podcast, you know what I'm saying? So today's video is books that I will never forget. There's a lot, I won't lie, but I've picked a few. I've picked 12, so a few. So these are just a few of my absolute favourite books that I wanted to share with you, and you know, if you wanted to read some books that I think are very memorable, then here you are. I'm sorry I keep playing with my hair, but I did just it's fresh. I washed it this morning, so it's not completely dry, but I did just style my fringe and it's just not, it's not it right now. But I also apologise I have no makeup on, but I don't have anything to do today other than just like stuff around the house and film, because this video needs to go up tomorrow. But yeah, so I have my books next to me here. I need to be quick because this is dying on me, and it's only 1 o'clock, and I like to be done with everything by 4, because I like to read from 4 to about 6, half 6. I then eat dinner and then I do some stuff on my laptop, more work, because trying to juggle 3 Instagram accounts and 3 TikTok accounts, a YouTube channel with 3 different style videos, and uni work, and just me in general, it's a lot of work, you know, so we try and move on. So yeah, let's just stop talking and get straight in with this video. So the first one that we have that I will never forget is the Magpie Society One for Sorrow by Zoe Sugg and Amy McCulloch. So this I read when it came out it must have been last year. The second one actually gets released in 2 days, so the day after you're seeing this book is getting released. The second one anyway, and I'm really excited. I have it on pre-order, so I'm really excited for that. So this book is this book is about a boarding school, or this new girl at a boarding school, and it basically starts with like a tragedy starting, like the thing, a girl dies, and that's not a spoiler, that literally happens at the beginning of the book, but basically she dies and she has a magpie tattoo on her back, and basically this new girl that comes in, I think her name's Aubrey, so this new girl then comes in. Her name is Audrey. She's running from like her own secrets back in America. This is set in the UK. So although she like tries to kind of stay out of all the drama that's going on because she doesn't want her secrets to get out, her new roommate basically was very close to the girl that was killed or died. So she can't help but like get sucked into the story. And this is just, I love how this book was written, and I genuinely cannot wait to read the next one when it comes out. I probably won't read it as soon as it comes out because I do have another book that I'm currently reading that I need to finish first, but it is next on my list. Okay, so the next book we have that I will never forget is Crave by Tracy Wolff. Now, I read this book, I don't even know, sometime this year. This year is just muddled in my head basically. So this book is about this girl, and she basically goes to a boarding school. Apparently there's a theme here, but basically her parents die and she goes to her uncle's boarding school to live with her uncle and her cousin. I can think of the word then. Basically, now this is a school for supernaturals, but she is just human. She's like, and she doesn't even know that it is a school for supernaturals, but everyone like tries to get her out of the school. This guy that she meets, that she ends up like falling in love with, like basically like, you need to leave, like you can't be here, like we don't want you here, you need to leave. So the whole thing, and then a lot of like drama goes on in her life and between like the sort of groups at like the school, and it ends in a very twisted way that I won't go into in case you haven't read this and you want to. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but yeah, I need to read the third one. I've read the second one, I need to read the third one. The fourth one comes out in February, and then the fifth one comes out later that next year. I don't really know, but yeah, this is a book that just stuck with me. I brought the second one before I had even read this one, so I'm glad that I did because I actually love this book. So the next one that we have will not be any surprise to anyone, I don't think. I don't think I've found anyone that's like read this and like not loved it. Well, I could be definitely wrong, but this is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by the J.K. Rowling. So obviously all of these books I will never forget. I need to be quick, that's gonna die. So as I was saying, the story of this is this kid, orphan, lives with his parent. Nope, he lives with his aunt and his uncle and his cousin. He finds out he's a wizard and goes to another boarding school. I don't know what the theme is here. I promise they're not all like this. Yeah, that's kind of like the synopsis of this book. I'm not gonna go into it because I mean, if you haven't heard of the Harry Potter series, I genuinely don't know where you've been. Like, have you been living under a rock? Like, I genuinely, like, it's just a bit of, you know. So I'll never forget this book. Obviously my mum showed me, well, my mum showed me these when I was a kid. She was obsessed with Harry Potter. I'm still obsessed with Harry Potter. The next one we have that I feel like I've talked about a bit is Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan. Now I love all of these series. I've got up here is the Lightning Thief, no, this is the Percy Jackson series, and then these big 5 ones are the Heroes of Olympus, which is a carry on from Percy Jackson basically. So my ex actually showed me these. We're going to talk about him. So this is, it's just a good book. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because it's written for children. I don't really know. But it's just like a fantasy that's like easy to read. It's really good. So this kid, I feel like he might go to a boarding school in this one. I'm not really sure. Basically he's at a school for like bad children, I want to say, and basically his dad is he's half god, half human. His dad is Poseidon, which you find out in the book, and basically they just kind of fight monsters from Greek mythology, and they obviously find out who the Lightning Thief is and all that jazz. I don't know what it is about these books that I love. Maybe that they're easy to read. I don't know, I do also love the story, so maybe that's that too. So the next one I think I read like the beginning of this year, I want to say. So this is Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. This book is so, like, I don't know what it is. It's beautifully written. I absolutely love the storyline. So the way to put this is, this nanny of this child, the child's white and she's of colour, the nanny is. So basically she gets a call like late at night asking, the nanny gets a call asking if she'll take the kid to the supermarket for a while, well, take her out to, like, while they sort out a mess or something. So basically she goes to the supermarket that's nearby the house with the child, and basically she gets accused of trying to steal the child, even though the child is attached to her. But because she's black and the child's white, everyone assumes that she's kidnapping this child, basically. So she has to call her employer and be like, I don't know what to do. So the husband comes and, like, rescues her, and it kind of just, like, goes with their story, and it's basically just a beautifully written story, and I definitely will be reading this again. The next one I have talked about recently, and I feel like everyone's talked about this at one point. So this is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, this is the only book I've read by Taylor, but I really want to read all the other ones. They are on my wish list and my Christmas list, so you know, if I don't get them I will buy them myself, but here we are. So basically this book is about a Hollywood actress from the 50s to the 80s. This story is set like now, and she talks to this magazine reporter about basically all her life, and all her different 7 husbands she's had. So it's just a beautifully written story of her going over her life. It does end up being an LGBTQ plus book, because she is gay, which obviously was frowned upon at that time. But I love this book. I love how it's written, I love the writing style, I love how it's set up, and I love the romance story. Everything about this book is just beautiful, other than this sticker on here, I will say that. So the next one we have is The Cousins by Karen M. McManus. This is another book that I read this because I had read other books by this author. So this author has written One of Us is Lying, One of Us is Next or something, and Two Can Keep a Secret, I think that's what they're called. And when this one was released, I knew I had to read it because I love, like, the mysteries that she writes. So this is about a family, and basically this mother, which is the grandmother in the story, basically, like, just drops her children and is like, you know what you did, and they never hear from her again. And now they're all grown up and they have their own kids, so she is a grandmother now, and she's never talked to them. But 3 of the kids that are now the kids anyway, randomly get a, like, letter from their grandmother inviting them to her island for the summer, and they have no choice but to, like, go, and basically they, like, uncover the truth about their family situation and everything, and oh yeah, they have the names of the other ones on the back. So but yeah, this is just a beautifully written story, and I love books that are, like, so, like, family twisted. I don't know what it is, but I just love it. So following on from that, the next book I have is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now this is another book that is, like, set on an island. So this one is about, if you don't know, I mean, it's about these, like, cousins, and then one of their friends, and basically every summer they go to this island with their families. So it's like the kids and their parents and then the grandparents, and they all spend time on this island together. And then like a tragedy happens, and like it's a massive twist. I didn't expect the twist, and I love how it happened, but other people have said that they knew what was going to happen, so it's all kind of like your own opinion and everything. But this book, I read this twice this year. It's just beautifully written. I love the twist, I love it all. I love how the writing style, yeah, I just love that. So the next book we have is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I have a feeling I read this last year, and then again this year. I can't really remember, but either way, this is about a girl who is in sixth form, which is here in the UK. Basically 5 years ago a girl died, and they all thought it was the boyfriend of her, and like they all just know it's him. But the girl in the story, her name's Pip, she decides she's gonna investigate this case that was closed 5 years ago, because she doesn't believe that the boyfriend killed her, basically. So she goes on and she like manages to solve said crime, and there's loads of twists in here, and it's just beautifully written, and I don't think I will ever forget this book. Okay, so the next book we have is by my absolute favourite person in the world and my favourite author ever. So if you haven't guessed by the background, this is a book by Carrie Hope Fletcher, which we have a photo of her and like signed, and a postcard from her, a photo of her, there's more on this wall, and then over here we've got her books, and then we have the Cinderella album and another signed thing by her. So a bit obsessed, but here we are. So this book is In the Time We Lost, and now this book, I'm gonna read you the thing. So it says, Luna Lark used to love her name, but that was before people started saying it differently. Luna doesn't want pity. What she wants is a fresh start, somewhere she can make a headway on her next novel, mend her broken heart, and most importantly, keep herself to herself. For that, Luna needs the most remote place she can find. Ondingside, I can never say that, a little magical island off the west coast of Scotland. And when the town is cut off on her first night by a freak July snowstorm, it feels like fate. But Luna soon realises that being a newcomer in a small town might not be the best way to blend in. People are curious about her. Handsome, kind coffee shop owner Beau in particular. Will history repeat itself, or will they have a future? So this book also had me like sobbing at the end, I will not lie. I don't usually cry at books, but this book basically is about a writer, and a massive tragedy happens. She loses her parents, and then the guy that she was supposed to marry leaves her at the altar, basically. Well, she didn't even make it to the altar, but you know what I mean. So he doesn't marry her. So she goes to this like remote island, and in the middle of July a freak snowstorm happens, and they're cut off from everything. But what they don't know is happening is the same day is happening again and again and again, only on this island. But the way it's written, it does not make it feel like it's repetitive, and that was such a big thing to me, because I hate repetitive things. It's not me. But yeah, this book will always be with me, and I do plan on reading all of Carrie's books before the year is over. It is the end of November, but that's beside the point. So the next one we have is also by Carrie Hope Fletcher. What a surprise. So this is All That She Can See. So this one, I will read you the thing. So it says, Cherry has a hidden talent. She can see things other people can't, and she decided a long time ago to use this skill to help others. As far as the rest of the town is concerned, she's simply the kind-hearted young woman who runs the local bakery. But in private, she uses her gift to add something special to her cake, so that after just one mouthful, the townspeople start to feel better about their lives. They don't know why they're drawn to Cherry's bakery, they just know that they are safe there, and that's how Cherry likes it. She can help them in secret, and no one will ever need to know the truth behind her gift. and then Chase turns up and threatens to undo all the good Cherry has done. But it turns out she's not the only one who can see what she sees. So this book basically is about a young girl who basically can see people's feelings, sort of. So basically, like, she can, like, people's feelings, like, I don't know how to put it. So basically when they're like anxious and depressed or OCD or things like that, she basically like are monsters, but only she can see them and they're attached to their owners, sort of thing. So she can put her feelings into cakes that kind of counteract those feelings. So when people eat them, they feel better and their monsters kind of shrink. So that's kind of like the whole like basis behind the story. This guy then comes along and he can also see them, but it's not in the same way. So she sees all the bad feelings and emotions and he sees all the good. So he sees like happiness and things like that. And he doesn't like what she's doing, so he kind of tries to like stop it from happening, sort of thing. But that's all I'm going to say about the book, because I love this book and I would absolutely recommend it and I will never forget this book. So the last book we have in this video is also by Carrie Hope Fletcher. If you can see from my shelf there's a few missing, obviously. So this is the first fiction book that Carrie ever released. So this is On the Other Side. This book is basically about this girl, and she's from a very rich family, and she's expected to marry this guy that she has known all her life, but she doesn't want to be subjective to like just marrying who her parents tell her to, and when it's not about love. But the guy she's supposed to marry loves her, but she doesn't feel the same feelings back. So she tries to be an artist and she moves out of her parents' house and she falls in love with this guy that she's not supposed to fall in love with, and her parents like trying to stop that from happening. In the end, she does actually end up marrying another guy, the guy that she was supposed to, but her feelings were never there for him. It was always like, you know, family. Like, he never really felt like a lover to her. Her brother is gay and he's also rejected from the family, so he's always lived with her. I think this is a beautiful story, and basically after she dies, her like kids basically find out all about her. So I love this story more than I can tell you. The ending is absolutely beautiful. This whole book is beautiful, more than I could tell you that I love this. Yeah, this book will always be with me. So that is all the books in this video. There's many more that I will never forget in my lifetime, and I will be reading those all again at some point soon. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe down below, because I would love to have you around. On Wednesdays I do book videos. On Fridays I sometimes do a vlog, not always because my life is boring, and on Sundays I do makeup videos. If you're interested in any of those, it's a bit crazy on this channel, but we love it anyway. So thanks again for watching. All my love, angels, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.